How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions. Well, you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. I started a new job as a tailor last week. It's been so-so, right? Tailor, so-so. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is SNDL Sundial growers. Yes, we saw a lot of volatility inside of the market today, but one thing we have to go, wait, hold on. Let's go over the agenda first. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about getting into a position, I highly suggest you watch the full entire video. So what we're going to get started with is the technical analysis, taking a look at the price action. I feel this is very key. Like I always say on this channel, I do not want you guys FOMOing into plays. I want to make sure you're buying at a good point and you're not left holding the bag or buying at the top waiting for us to come and pick you up. And then secondly, we're going to be going over the order flow distribution. We want to know, what is the inflow like? What is the outflow? We want to see, is there a lot of people who are buying or is there a lot of people who are selling? And then when that is done, I'm going to be going over the final thoughts and as well as some more key details I feel you guys need to know. So let's get into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SNDL Sundial growers. So we could see it ended up closing the day at $1.14. Being down 1.72% on the day. On the low, it tested $1.11, then on the high, testing $1.25. So like we were talking about yesterday, definitely SNDL was able to hold up these areas of support that we discussed around this $1.10 area as well as $1.11. So if you were thinking to get into a position so you could be a part of this run up, then it was definitely an area to consider, especially since the market did pull back today. We see it really didn't get past $1.11. It tested that area, and as you can see, we ended up having that price action where we stayed above it. We also saw that, hey, we ended up getting to $1.25. So anyone who's doing any swing trades, if you were able to even to get in at $1.12 and maybe you had to exit at $1.25, that is a really good spread since you can buy a ton of shares and the price is fairly cheap. If we take a look at the RSI down below, yes, it's getting close to being in that 70 area, which is known for being overbought, but we already know this stock is on a run up, so it really doesn't matter. So one of the things that you really want to look out for, though, if this area does end up breaking right here at the 100 day, which is the $1.10 like we spoke about previously, then we could definitely want to see how well it will hold up as it gets down to $1. But I'd want to see that $1 level actually hold up, and it's shown to do this in the past. But if it doesn't hold up, you guys already know what to do and what to be prepared for, because I mentioned that in the previous video. Do keep in mind of the fact, what I want to see from SNDL and what I want to remind you guys of, I want to see SNDL get past this $1.50 level. If it's able to get past this $1.50 level and then make that move to $1.60, things can get very interesting here, especially if there is a lot of momentum and there's a lot of buying pressure. Once we get to 167, I could definitely easily see us get to 175, and then it's a moon from there. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for SNDL. So we could see on the inflow side, we had 74, and then on the outflow side, we had 75. So as far as for the large orders on the inflow, we had 0. As far as for the medium, we had 52. And as far as for the small, we had 22. On the outflow, as far as for the medium, we had 55, and in small, we had 19. So the fact that it was almost even with each other, but there was just a little bit more selling, which it wasn't even a big difference at all. So what does this mean? Continued strength in the SNDL stock. I was talking about, even in the previous video, that area of support right around that $1.10 area, that $1.11, where it's tested and it actually showed some strength rebounding off of it. So this is definitely an area to take take a look at. We do know that SNDL is one of the so-called meme stocks, even though I feel like they have a solid business that they're actually building behind it. But you know, that's just another conversation. I just want to make sure you guys are aware and you're up to date. If we're seeing continued strength in the AMCs, the GMEs, and a lot of other stocks, then we're going to continue to see this in SNDL. So understand that, be aware of that, keep an eye on those trends, and you'll be prepared. So now let's get into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for SNDL Sundial growers, when I took a quick look at Fintel before recording this portion of the video, I saw that the short interest or the short volume ratio was at 19.42%. So what does this mean? In the previous video, it was actually a lot higher. So it has gone down. So we have some shorts who have covered their position. Are they afraid of what's to come with SNDL stock? Hey, we're gonna have to wait and find out. Also, I want you guys to understand, we have the CPI data that is gonna be coming out on Thursday. So knowing this, there was gonna be a lot of volatility and a lot of selling off, but SNDL continued to show a lot of strength. So understanding this and see that it pulled back to $1.11 and held its ground, it's definitely one of those areas I'll be looking at in regards to position. But even though that data is going to be coming out on Thursday, I want you to understand there could be even more volatility overall with tech stocks, because we're going to be looking at the CPI. This has an impact on overall inflation. And since SNDL is a growth stock, it can be impacted by this. So I'm going to be patient, have that wait and see approach, see how things fizzle out, see how the information is digested, and then I'll make sure to do a video for you guys at the end of the day to keep you updated, to show you how things are looking like. And quickly, I want to go over the fact of SNDL being categorized as a meme stock. Yes, it is a penny stock, but at the same time, this is a company that is definitely making some strategic moves. We already know the potential. We've seen improvements on their earnings report. We also see the investments that they are making. Yes, it's going to take some time for all of this to come to fruition and see SNDL really make that strong move to the upside, but I do feel like they need to get a hell of a lot more credit. This is a different Sundial growers than what we saw a year ago, and I want to make sure you guys can see that, and there is potential in this stock. But of course, we got to be patient and have that wait and see approach. Anyone that has any short-term goals, or you're swing trading this like many others on the channel when we got here in that 70-cent range for this stock, one thing I have to tell you, if you are going to be getting in right now or at these particular moments, just make sure you pay attention to those areas of support and you're being prepared for the volatility that's ahead. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.